Hey guys, Mark Ferrasci, ProTech Dog Training, on my way to Tractor Supply with Luna. And as usual, as things go along, you've got customers you're dealing with and putting things together. You start to realize there's a big thing. Everything in dog training, in my world anyway, is my perspective versus the general public's perspective. Okay, so when I do these videos, a lot of it's to try to get you guys to understand what dog training is all about, right? So I've got Luna right now, and the customer, obviously, they want a well-trained dog, they want a well-mannered dog. We all do. This is what it's all about. But I was just telling them is that it's all about one of my famous sayings I came up with as a kid, and I say it every now and then, you'll hear me say this, is it's always too fast, never too slow. Okay? If I take my time and methodically do the building blocks in the right fashion, in the right way, I will end up having a better product in the end result, right? And as you guys know, it's all about, to me anyway, when I produce a product, when I build a dog, I work with a dog like Joker, I work with a dog like Buddy. I'm out to produce a product that will make me look good, right? Will be a part of who I am. It's like a piece of artwork, right? And my art is what I feel like is signature art. It's a very individualistic type of a product that I produce. And so I try to make sure I do that for my customers. So always too fast, never too slow. Take your time. Right now, the customer is noticing that I'm putting a lot of cueing with my food, the food luring. And those things I put into that product and that build and that place for a reason. It gives you tools in your tool bag to be able to use for the rest of the dog's life. Okay, and she is fixated on the food. She's doing a great job of luring, and I can see from the perspective of the customer, from not understanding, seeing it, he sees me using food everywhere I go, and his first thing is, is she still having to do it with food? In other words, do I always have to bribe the dog? Do I always have to have a lure in the front of the dog's face? At this time, yes. Okay, and then we slowly, incrementally start to make that intermittent, and we start to make the dog learn to have variable rewards. There's all kinds of things that she needs to learn in her training, and one of those lessons is variable reward. She's not ready for variable reward yet, as far as, some of it, yes, but not as to the point of conveying the idea of the dog and actually getting what variable reward gives you. If you do it right, variable reward makes the dog want even more, and they start wanting it, and you start saying, I give it to you the first time, then I give it to you the second, then I give it to you to one more, and then I give it to you on the fifth, and I keep moving back and forth and alternating that, making it so intermittent that the dog never knows when they're going to get that food reward, right? And you start to train the dog to want that food and anticipatory type of drives where the dog really even works even more diligent, really gets into the work because it wants that food. Okay, and so you're going to tweak that very slowly so the dog's drives come up and you get a lot more, I want to say elasticity, but that's not the word, longevity in the work, a lot more elevated drivey type of a work with a happiness behind it, right? And as I was just telling him, as it got my mind thinking about it with his very relative question, it was a very valid question. How long is she going to have to take food? Well, in reality, in the end, we really never get away from it. We make it so it's a lot less that we give, and we do it intermittent, and we make the reward timing be a lot more variable and intermittent so that they end up wanting it. Yes, that'll get to that point. It's when the time comes. So like I told him, we want quality, right? And if I do each build properly and each level is done properly, so the next level that goes on top of it, layer, right? We're layering behaviors on top of behaviors on top of behaviors. The next layer that goes on top of it is going to be all the better because that foundation that you've laid down and how the communication baseboard that we start with is going to be there for that next level to lay on top of. Right? And then the next level. There's all kinds of little things that people don't even realize that you're teaching the dog. It's not just the behaviors. I'll say it again and again. Where is the dog's head at in the work? Okay? That's the most important part. Just getting a dog to do behaviors is not what you really care about. In the end, I can teach a dog to do anything if I put it in the right way and she wants to learn and she's learned how to learn. right? This dog is going to be a darn good dog if we get the time to just take our time and very methodically build that end product. So that's my little spiel for today, as somebody kind of poked me a little bit and got my mind thinking about this. So in putting a video like this together, it's my way of kind of replying to them. At the same time, you guys get to learn and grow from it, as usual. It's always usually what I'm doing, and I'm going out, and right now I'm on my way to Tractor Supply to work Luna. So, but this is the whole thing from a professional standpoint. We deal with our customers that come at us, and they have a perception and a concept based on TV, based on me doing my demo and seeing a dog like Buddy or Joker that works like a top, and they don't know how long it took me to get there, how many thousands of hours of behavior and shaping and forming and doing what we do to produce that end product. But again, it used to be in the old days when I started as a kid, I would go out there and I'd say, your dog's going to learn heel, sit down, stay, a come, and a finish. And that's how I would sell it. And then I would go out there and I would yank and crank, and I would get the dog to do those behaviors. And that, in my mind, was what I was getting trained to, paid to do, and that's all I cared about. And with maturity, being 58 years and 58 years old now, and doing this since I've been 12, my whole life, your viewpoints change, right? Nowadays, my viewpoint is much more methodical about where's the dog's head at in the work, and how have I accented that to be a very stable, well-developed dog that has a lot different, because it's where the dog's head's at, right? Versus just the behavior. Okay? Teach any dog to down, teach him to sit, teach him. But where's his head at in the work when he does it? Where's his mental attitude in being receptive to you as owner and his environment, right? Where's his head at in the work? That's much more important if you really think about it, okay? And those of you out there doing it with time, you'll start to feel this way too, okay? So I'll let you guys go. Mark Ferrasci with Protect Dog Training. That's my little yakety yak today. You have a good day. Bye-bye.